Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
I'm Jer.
And we're the Fragrance Bros.
Bros.
Coming at you again with another review, this time on König by Yosh.
Or Konig, as I mistakenly called it until 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's right. German pronunciation apparently is König.
Nice.
Apparently, because I looked it up on Forvo.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, site that has a pronunciation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Date introduced is 2014, this year obviously. Classified as a woody aromatic. Notes are aromatic bitters, sage, cypress, apple, smoky papyrus, snowflowers, bois de landes, vetiver, white musk, saddle leather, amber, and firewood. There's that one note that I don't know.
Yeah, nailed it.
What'd you get out of longevity out of this?
Average longevity. Yeah. It doesn't last as long as I thought it might.
Yeah, same with me. I got average longevity. I was expecting a little bit more, but at the same time, I can never knock a fragrance for having, the typical.
Yeah, it's true.
Typical longevity.
Average is average.
Yeah, average is average.
Yeah.
What about projection?
Average.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent. My wife thought it was excellent or beastly.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of faint, to be honest with you. Yeah. I feel like I'm being a little generous with the average. Honestly, I just never got any notices, and it wasn't real strong. And I wore 6 sprays.
Wow.
The several times that I wore it, so maybe it was just me. I don't know.
Man. Season, I would say this is Vivaldi. All 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I would say this is best at night too, but this is hard to pin down for a season to me.
For a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purpose, I would say this is really great for formal, and I think this would work well in a work situation too. And what does this remind you of?
So when I first smelled this, I always start like that. So
you also do the.
You know my ways. I was a Southwest mannerisms. Anyway, when I first smelled this fragrance, the first thing that popped in my mind was a little bit of Aventus.
Yep.
And I got that first feeling because it's got this sweet. Is there pineapple?
There's apple.
Apple, which there's apple. So and then there's like some dirtier, heavier things underneath, and so it's a similar tone. The notes are different though, but it has a same feeling. I was like, oh, sweet, like a new take on Aventus. But then it kind of diverged a little bit in Aventus where it's like smoky birch or whatever. In this, I guess it's kind of that saddle leather and that firewood or something. It takes on a more animalic feel to me than Aventus has. And I don't know how to characterize it other than it reminded me a little bit of like that animalic feel from Oud 27.
Okay.
Not the civet quality, like that stinky kind of doo-doo almost smell, but just the animalic part of it. I don't know how else to say it. It's like Aventus, but that underneath. And to me, those things they're like polar opposites almost in a way that I found this fragrance a little confusing, and I had a hard time knowing how to feel about it because I felt like I felt like I'd layered 2 fragrances. Yeah. Like there's 2 things going on, and I wasn't sure which way to go with it. It just, I don't know, it was hard for me to get a beat on, and I wore it 4 times, I think. I still felt like I just don't know. Yeah. I came away a little confused, I guess, is what it was. Okay. What about you?
I like this fragrance a lot. It's a real complex fragrance.
Yeah.
So it is it's one of those fragrances that doesn't really hone in on like one specific place.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I like complex fragrances in general, so I do like this for that reason.
Yeah.
In our interview with Yosh talked about how she was making a fragrance, it was this one, to be reminiscent of the Bavarian forest. And so there is kind of a slight evergreen thing going on here. But really what you get is you get a lot of apple and a lot of leather, and then with some cypress and sage going on there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a very fruity, leathery smell with a whisper of smoke in there. And I do totally get that. I did totally get the Aventus comparison, but it was really just straight from the bottle.
Yeah.
And then when I sprayed it on, it was a little different. There's kind of a twinge of kind of like this, almost like this squeaky, rubbery smell to it. But I think that's from like the leather acting with all the other ones in there. In a lot of ways, I think this is a great addition to the Yosh men's line because it's Sombre Negro's opposite in a lot of ways, and I don't think that's a bad thing because Sombre Negro was like really intensive, really smoky, really dark. And this one's light. This one's fresh. This one's not as beastly. So it's kind of the yin and yang type thing.
Yeah.
I really think this has kind of a stately quality to it as well.
Okay.
Like when I wear it, I kind of feel
Like a king.
like a king.
Like a König.
But I kind of feel like it has like a stately nature about it, and that it can command respect of people, but also be respectful of others. Like it's not like overwhelming people with the scent. It's kind of inviting people in there. So it kind of has like this kingly type nature to where it's not domineering, but it's commanding.
Yeah. One cool thing, and this is kind of cheesy, but it was something I thought of when I was wearing it, because I felt like I had the sweet thing and then also the harsh thing. It kind of, I thought, well, you know, a king has to be, you know, political and kind and all that sort of thing, and real, you know, accommodating, but then he's also got to make the hard decisions and off with the head every now and then, you know. So I kind of thought those maybe two opposing sides of, I don't know if she was going for that or not, but it's what, you know, played in my mind when I was smelling it. So
what's interesting is about the time that I tried this, I bought a belt from Saddleback Leather, and we've talked about that company before a couple of times. We have wallets by them, and but we each have belts by them, and they're made of really nice leather. And I remember, you know, you can't resist. You have to smell the leather,
right?
Of course. And so when I smelled it one day, I was like, "This smells like Konig." The leather in this is that natural. It smells just like my leather belt.
Nice.
And that was pretty cool.
Winning, Yosh.
Yeah.
All right.
Bang for buck, this is $130 for a 50 mil. It's a little high, but I don't think it's ridiculous, especially if you really love it. And I think it's worth it. I think it's unique in its own way. And what about compliments?
No, my wife doesn't like it, just like your wife doesn't like it. And, you know, I didn't get any notices over the multiple wearing, so I kind of felt like that informed my feeling about the projection. So no compliments and no real notices. So sorry.
You know, I don't know why my wife doesn't like it, because my wife didn't like it, but she likes other things that have the same kind of quality, because it has a very fresh quality to it. It has a very green quality to it. Those are things that she likes. Yeah. So I don't know why she doesn't like it. Maybe it's just like maybe it's just some accord that she doesn't really care for in there. Yeah. However, I gave some to a friend of mine who's an older man. He watches our channel too, but he's kind of a second dad in a lot of ways. He's that age, and he loved it, and he couldn't say enough of it. So that's pretty cool.
Maybe it's better for that age range. Maybe it's more appropriate for that age range. Yeah, the mature man.
Maybe so. Final rating.
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. It's just not something that I love. I don't know why. It's not my thing for some reason. Parts of it I want to love, and parts of it I don't care for, and so I just feel like I have to kind of split the difference and go with 3 out of 5 for this one.
I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I like this a lot. It's probably not my absolute favorite, but I actually really like it, and I'm looking forward to wearing it some more when my wife's not around.
Just like on Peru's.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh well.
Anyway, what do you think of König? Let us know down in the comments down below. Do you like it, love it, hate it? If you've tried it, let us know. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. We'll see you next week with another fragrance review. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.